Thank you for watching our videos. Please add in our WhatsApp group by sending request to WhatsApp number or by clicking on WhatsApp group invitation link provided in description. This will help to share information on new ideas, research topics, vacancies, PhD or research positions, events and guest lecture opportunities including keynotes. And also please support us by subscribing our channel, like our videos and by sharing these videos to your friends. We can make videos on your required topic or research paper. Please comment your requirement in comment section. Friends, welcome to our electrical research channel. This is my fourth video, applications of three-phase rectifier. In this video, I will explain how we can use the three-phase rectifiers, the controllable rectifiers. I'm not talking about the diode based rectifiers. This video is completely depends on controllable rectifiers. So see, for R load or RL load or for DC motor, we can make it for open loop and closed loop controllers. The controllable three-phase rectifiers are designed by based on thyristors. So by using gating pulse circuit, I can operate the rectifiers at the particular level of voltage or for particular applications of DC motors. See how we can go for the this project. This is the constant voltage application. See here, this is the three-phase source, and I am using the 6 thyristors to convert the three-phase AC to DC. So already in my previous video I explained about the operation of three-phase rectifiers. So directly I will go for how we can regulate the output voltage over my load. See, we are already discussed about the output is depends on gating pulse. I mean the output is depends on firing angle of these thyristors. So the pulses for required pulses for these 6 thyristors are generated by using this controller to regulate my output voltage at my desired value. So I want first required voltage, then this required voltage I will convert to some conversion factor, then pulse generator. So uh, the conversion factor is either by mathematical equation or either by PI or PID controller. This is for constant voltage application. This output voltage I can regulate at my desired value. So the next one is DC motor application. So this is for RLE load. So basically E is there. In my previous video also I explained about DC motor controller with single phase rectifier. In that video I clearly explained why we are taking RLE load and how we are operating. So directly I will go to explain how we can control the speed of this DC link motor, DC link voltage. I mean DC motor speed control. So by changing or by regulating this armature voltage, I can make it the speed at my desired value. So I will take my target speed of the motor and I will compare this speed of the motor with my target. I'm not comparing this voltage. I am comparing only with the speed of the motor. Then the PI controller. This PI controller will convert this error to my required current, because the required current uh, the required current I mean the required current we have to regulate, because the torque is depends on armature current. So again I am comparing my required current with armature current. So then only I can maintain the constant torque, because the speed control of DC motor means we have to break the relation between the speed and torque. Whatever the speed I required, I have to maintain the constant torque. Whatever torque I required, I have to maintain the constant speed, like that. So in both the cases, we have to regulate the speed. For simple application, actually we are not using any rectifiers in the electric vehicles, but for the simple applications, I will explain. Uh, Let us assume we are using this speed controller up to this part, speed controller of DC motor in electric vehicle. Then maybe maybe sometime I required like 60 kilometers per hour, maybe sometime I required only 40 kilometers per hour, but the my weight on the vehicle is same, means the torque is same on the vehicle. So I have to maintain the constant torque because I can't change my weight according to my speed. uh, in that case, sometime I want to go for 50 kilometers or 60 kilometers, sometime I want to go for 40 kilometers. So only speed have to be changed with respect to torque. In some time, now I am going with 40 kilometers per hour, and I am only the person on the bike. So after some time I will give some, I will give the lift to some other person. So my weight, the weight on the bike is increased now. So maybe doubled or maybe tripled or maybe 1.5 times or whatever. So on in that case, the weight on the vehicle is increased. So the torque applied on the motor is more, is increased. So but in that case also I want to go for same 40 kilometers per hour. So whatever the torque applied or whatever the changes in the torque, I want to maintain the constant speed of the motor, and at the same time whatever the torque on the motor I have to maintain with the different values of the speed. So this IA I have to consider because the torque is depends on IA and speed is depends on VA. So again this error I am giving to the PA controller. I can also give it to the hysteresis, or I also can give it to the PA controller. Once I give it to the PA controller, it will generate the required voltage, how much voltage is required to maintain the constant speed whatever I require. So again this required voltage will give the is input to the conversion factor. So once I calculated the required voltage, I can convert how much alpha is required, because alpha is the firing angle and the voltage of armature is only depends on this alpha. So based on this alpha, I will generate the pulses. So this is the basically speed control of DC motor. This we can use for many applications. You can make it for either undergraduate or graduate projects, or any simple for the simple thesis or simple project, we can make it for this in MATLAB. So I will explain how we can design these two controllers. One is for DC motor controller and one is for constant voltage application. Actually both are the similar kind of, here we are maintaining the constant voltage, and here also we are regulating the speed by changing the voltages over here with respect to torque, or with respect to time, or whatever we are I already explained. But in this case I am maintaining the constant field. By changing the field also we can regulate the speed of the motor. Now let's we start to design the constant voltage application in MATLAB. Just to see, for time concern, I already designed this system, and for basic designs you can go for my previous videos. See, this is available, the synchronized 6-pulse generator is available in our library. So bring the 6-pulse synchronous generator. This can generate the pulses based on my alpha firing angle. Based on my firing angle, it can generate the required pulses. But this required AB, the line voltages AB and BC and CA. It is required the line voltages, not phase voltages. But for generating the pulses, only 1 volt is sufficient in MATLAB. Generally in practically we are taking the 5 volts to 12 volts, but in MATLAB only 1 volt is sufficient. So here I taken one 3-phase programmable voltage source. In my previous video I clearly explained that why we have to taken this 3-phase programmable source, or actually two kind of sources are there. Let's see. In MATLAB two kind of sources are there. This is the programmable source and this is the 3-phase source. What problems we will face it whether we are taken 3-phase sources, I explained in my previous video. So I taken this programmable voltage source, but this is the only 1 volt. The magnitude is only 1 volt, and frequency is exactly my source. This is the actual source. This is for only signal generator. So basically this practically we are generating these signals from microcontroller chips or DSpace like that. But this is the actual source. Whatever we are having the three-phase source, it is 400 volts AC. So here I am giving phase voltages, but here I am giving the line voltages because this is required the only line voltage. Why? Because for you three-phase rectifier, I told that 30 degrees phase shift is required to switch on the A phase. So for phase voltages switching on, I require the line voltages because the 30 degrees phase shift is there. So if my theta is 0, it can fire at 30 degrees. If my theta is I mean the alpha, the firing angle. If my firing angle is 30 degrees, it can fire at 60 degrees. So the 30 degrees is required. It is already explained in my previous video why 30 degrees is required. And this universal bridge is also available in my library, the Simulink library. And this is the series RLC load, I mean RLC branch I taken as a load, and this is the mean, the DC link voltage I have to see in the mean, and it is the closed loop system actually. Basically it is the closed loop system. And in my previous video you can see how we can regulate the output voltage by changing the theta. But here theta I am not applying, I am making it in my closed loop. Because I don't know how much theta is required for particular voltage. Every time I cannot calculate that required theta for my required voltages. So this is actually my input voltage. I mean I require this much voltage. This is the target voltage. Actually this is my target voltage. Target voltage. So up to 5 seconds I require 500 volts. After that I require 250 volts. The output, and this error I am comparing with PID, and this PID can generate the required alpha. So basically these things have to be changed, the maximum and minimum according to 0 and 180 degrees. So here I am directly generating the theta, I mean alpha, firing angle. But in my previous video also I explained we should not take like this because the output is depends on alpha. If alpha is more, my output is very less. If alpha is 90 degrees, I mean it will fire at 120 degrees. My output is 0. If it is the 0, then I can get the maximum output. So it is inversely proportional. So inversely we have to take. But generally we are taking the positive signal for my target voltage, target signal, and the negative is for my actual. So to compensate this, I have to take one negative gain. So I will take one gain. I will apply over here for -1. So I can get the inverse relationship between my output and input. So this basically these gains are tuned according to our requirement. See, this is the 50 Hz and this should be also 50 Hz. I am taking the phase voltage, line voltages here, A and B. So line voltages I applied. This block is for used for to block the output pulses during particular time period. If I will take for time period as a 1 second, so I can block the signals over 1. In my other video, I will explain how we can generate these complete pulse signals. But due to time limit, I cannot explain over here all these things. So see, now I am running my MATLAB. So this is I am running in discrete system because I want to run it very quickly compared to continuous. And odd 45 I taken. So actually this is the fluctuating DC and this is the constant DC, because fluctuating DC I am getting because it is the RL load of rectifier. So pulsating DC only we can get it the output, but directly pulsating DC I cannot compare with the PI because the PI will take only constant signals. This PI can take only the constant signals. And my output is also depends on the pulses, like average period I taken 1/50 because 50 is my frequency. But it is depends on many things, because 6 times the frequency I have to take actually, 50 into 6 I have to taken, but 50 is also sufficient. And see, this is my fluctuating DC. Here you can see my fluctuating DC, negative and positive. But here I can see the constant only, some constant compared to the previous one, because the mean value I am taken. See, I mean at starting I require only 500 volts. So this is my target. See, I require only 500 volts up to 5 seconds, then 250. So see, here I am getting 500 volts up to 5 seconds. This is the 5 second. After that I am getting the average as a 250, because I require the 250. But see, the chartering is very high. See, it is coming from 200 to 360. This chartering, see, the basically this chartering this chartering can be reduced. This chartering can be reduced by changing the PI. See, I will take the gain as a 1 now. So this chartering over the DC link voltage, I mean DC voltage across the load, we can make it as a pure line, I mean the constant. The smooth curve I can get it now. And my relation is 3 root 3 Vm by pi cos alpha, because this is the RL load, it is not RLE load. If RLE load, 3 root 3 Vm by pi cos alpha plus E, but it is RL load, so I can get the 3 root 3 Vm by pi cos alpha. Alpha is here, and this alpha is now I am generating by PID controller. Actually I made it as a D as a 0, so it can be called as a PI controller generally. So see, compared to previous one, I am getting some smooth curves. See, this is the 500, exactly 500 I am getting, and this is the 250. Previously it is varying from 200 to 360 or something. Now it is varying from 220 to 300. But the thing is, the settling time or whatever, this time period will be more if I will reduce the proportional gain. So for particular combination of PI, we have to I mean compromise. Again I will make it as a 2, because this I tuned for another controller, so now I made it for 2. So same thing I can be done with another method. See, here I am generating the alpha directly, but it will not give the pure value. See, even though for these values also my chartering is very high, but if I want the fine value, so actually first I have to convert sorry. So first I have to convert, uh, uh, first I have to generate the required voltage in the 3 phase from this output DC. So this voltage again I convert it to the alpha. So this will give us some more precious output. So in this the difference is I am not directly generating alpha from PI. I am generating the required voltage. I required AC side voltage or required constant DC link voltage for phases from this PID controller. See, I will tell each and everything. For these things, I have to remove this -1, because I am not directly generating the alpha. First, I am generating this VC. So now, if I will run this system, I can get some more precious output compared to the previous one. Keep it in mind that I removed this negative because I am not directly generating the alpha, but from these voltages I have to convert to alpha. So this can be done like I am dividing this VC from my factor. This is my factor 3 root 3 3 root 3 Vm by pi cos alpha. Actually 3, this is the root 2, sorry, 3 root 2 Vm by pi cos alpha, because 3 the my 3 phase voltages, and 230 into root 2 is my peak, so 3 V peak by pi. So this is my factor, because 3 root 2 Vm by pi cos alpha is my output. So this output by this factor I can get as a alpha, but this may be positive or may be negative sometime, because at 180 degrees I can get the negative voltage. And this sometimes because it is closed loop, so sometimes it will be more than one, but more than one I cannot get the alpha, because cos inverse alpha should be, I have to calculate cos inverse the value alpha equal to cos inverse some particular value, so that particular value should not be more than 1, then only I can get the alpha, because alpha is from the output. So this output I am comparing with my threshold value as a 1. So here threshold value I taken 1, if greater than 1, maybe 1.2 or 1.4 or 1.5, I have to take output as a 1. If it is less than 1, then whatever output is there, output will come. So it is again I am multiplying with -1, and again I am comparing, because for alpha equal to above 90 degrees, I have to take is a -1, because cos alpha is above 90 will be the -1. So here also my threshold is 1 and it is also greater than. So I can get here as a value, the A cos is the cos inverse. So I can get the alpha. Alpha here in the radians. So again I am converting into the degrees. So 180 by pi is the degree. So now I can get the alpha in the degrees. So these degrees I am giving to the pulse generator. So this pulse can be generated required pulses for this thyristor based rectifier. So see, this is my output. See, compared to previous one, this is the more precious output. So it is coming like very smooth value, the precious output, very smooth value. See, so if I want exactly 250, I can get the exactly 250. Now again I will change, like see, now I want only 200 and initially I want like 450. So now run it. Let me see how it will be performed. And this is the actual output and this is the mean, but we are giving the actual output to the load, not to the mean, because mean is for only our measurement purpose, but actually this output we are giving. So whatever the pulsating outputs, pulsating DC we are giving, so this is not good for the any load, because sometimes the voltage is more than 500, sometimes voltage is very less than -4 -100 or like that. So this is not good to the loads which are having very sensitive. So generally some filters we are using, for that purpose we have to go for the filters. So this is the pulsating, but this is the average. See, I required initially 450, so I am getting the 450 exactly, and after that 200 I am getting the 200. This is for constant voltage application. In this video, I mean next project is that speed control of DC motor. Instead of RL load, I can use as a RLE load as a DC motor. So now we will go for how to operate the DC motor, or how to control the speed I mean how to do the speed control of DC motor. Now I will go to explain the speed control of DC motor by using this similar kind of controlling technique. See, here I already explained about alpha and VC, the relation between alpha and VC, and the same kind of controller. Only the thing is here I added the DC machine, the separately excited DC machine, and I taken as a 5 HP 240 volts 1750 RPM. So 1750 is my maximum RPM and 240 volts is my maximum voltage. But in Simulink we can apply the more than that. It is not a problem because sometimes we can get it the 500 volts also here. And I am not comparing the voltage with my desired voltage. I am comparing with my speed with my desired speed. See, this is the measurement. This is the bus selector, the measurement from the motor. From this I selected one is armature current and another one is speed and another one is electromagnetic torque. So see, the electromagnetic torque is not an issue. Only the thing is I required the speed and armature current because In from our theory, I clearly mentioned that one is armature current and one is the speed of the motor. I have to compare with my desired values. This is the actual armature current, and this is the reference armature current which is generated by PI controller from error which is generated by our speed and target speed, actual speed and target speed. See, this voltage I am giving as a field as a 150 because my parameter according to my parameters, and I kept at constant torque here, and everything is same. But the thing is the speed is in radians, so I converted into RPM. So 60 by 2 pi or 30 by pi. So this speed I am comparing with my desired speed. See, this is my desired speed at up to 5 seconds 1500, then after that 1300. So this speed I am comparing with PID. This PID can give the reference value of current, armature current, and this armature current is comparing with my actual armature current which is flowing through the motor. So after the rectifier, the current is flowing through the DC motor. So this error is giving to another PID controller. This will give the my required voltage to generate the pulses. So the maximum and minimum, the previous one we are already discussed the maximum and minimum over here, and the all these things are the same whatever we discussed previously. This is my phase voltage. 230 is my phase voltage because this is the three phase. So 3 into peak VMP. So root 2 into VRMS is my peak of single phase, and this is the with 3 because the three phase is using, and by pi, and rest of thing everything is the same. And let me check. See, this is also running in discrete time system. So this voltage can be reduced because our voltage I require only 240 volts. So maybe this voltage can be reduced up to one third or half of the voltage. I can change it. See, the alpha is 60 degrees because I want only 200 or 240 volts, nearly 200 volts, because at 240 volts I can get the maximum speed. At 240 volt I can get the 1750, but I required only 1500, so less than 240 volts I can get it here. So but my input is 400 volts RMS, so I require more alpha. If I will reduce the voltage over here, I can get the lesser value of alpha, because small alpha can generate the more output. It is inversely proportional. So let me check my speed. See, this is the speed waveform. So it is taking some more time to stabilize. See, at 5 second I required the nearly 1350. See, before that it is 1500, and after that after 5 seconds I required only 1300. So it is coming like this. See, the dropping and again settling. So this time period, this dropping to settling, this time period can be adjusted by tuning the PI parameters of these two. So the fine tuning is also required. See, 71 is required at 1300 rpm. If I will reduce this as a 300, let me check once. If it is 300, then my alpha will reduce because I want some more output from 300. See, now alpha is nearly 44, but this is for like my maximum speed, I mean 1500. And for 1350 previously it is coming like 74 or something. So now it is nearly 60 to 70, I mean less than 70. So see, I am getting nearly 1500 rpm at 60 or 74, nearly 70 alpha. And for 1350, because my final value is 1350 here, 1300, sorry, 1300, my final value is 1300. So for 1300, previously it is coming like 74, or now it is coming 67, because alpha is reduced because my input is also reduced. But this is the constant value. This should be maintained constant, then only we can make the constant speed over here. See the same thing, but the time period is a little bit increased, and this is my response. This is the response because it is taking this much time to generate the my low torque. I mean my electromagnetic torque, because initially from starting onwards I am giving the 5 units as my low torque. So if it is 0, this time can be adjusted. This time can be adjusted if initial torque is 0. So once my torque is, my electromagnetic torque is reached my desired value, which is the 5 units, then I can maintain the speed as a constant. So the torque is settled at this time. I hope that at this time torque has been settled. See, this is a simple speed controller, and this is the more efficient compared to my previous video. In my previous video I explained with single phase rectifier, and there I taken only the speed controller. I am not considering any armature regulation. But here I can make the armature regulation also, because if I want to change the torque, let me check. See, I removed this and I connected this. So during the whole process I will maintain as a constant. See, up to after 5 seconds 1500, and before also 1500 I will make it. So 1500. So my speed is constant, but my torque is, see, initially it is like 4 units, or initially it is 5 units, and after that maybe it is 8 units. See what will happen after 5 seconds, or let me change to 4 seconds. See, because previously we changed it 50 seconds, so now I changed it to 4 seconds. So okay, one more scope is required at torque. So this is the electromagnetic torque. So see, initially my low torque is 5, and after that I changed the low torque to 8, but my speed reference is like still 1500. So I require 1500 rpm before 4 seconds and after 4 seconds also. So whatever may be my torque, the speed should not be changed. The speed should be the constant with respect to the torque. But at the time of changing the torque, little bit speed will be vary, and again it will be settled, because it is two side controller, like armature voltage as well as armature current. See, see. So this is the transient period. So at 4th second I changed the torque, but still I am getting the 1500. So still I am getting the 1500. I changed the torque at 4. Now I will change the torque at 6th second, and see my electromagnetic torque is increased. See, the average is increased. This the average is 5, and this average is the 8. So if you are using the mean value, you can observe it um, very, this mean is also depends. I have to change it the mean value also. This is 150. See, again I am running. Uh, from this circuit we can say that the torque is independently, the speed is independently controlling with respect to the torque, and vice versa. I can maintain the constant torque by changing the different values of the speeds, and I can maintain the constant speed with respect to the torque, because because I am regulating the required alpha from the my desired speed. So the whole process I can maintain my the speed, the motor speed at my target speed, and I can easily operate at my torque, the input torque or load torque. So see, at 4 second it is settled. So I changed the speed, I changed the torque at 60 second. So but at 1500 it is the constant. See, After 6 second also it is the constant, and before 6 second also it is the constant. It is not at constant before the 4 second because it is taking some time to stabilize. And this is the my torque at 60 second, my torque is 8. So see, this is my torque. So this is nearly 5, and this is nearly 8. So small error is there because the low torque should be the more than the electromagnetic torque. In the case of in the case of controlling, I mean, then only we can get the speed differentiation in speed, because the speed is not at stabilized. The speed is not at stabilized. J omega by dt equal to TL minus TG. So TG is somewhat less than TL. Then only I can get the change in speed. So once it is stabilized, my torque and low torque will be both will be the same. So once it is stabilized after fourth second, so then only I can get the some equivalent torque. So this will be more useful for speed control of the DC motor, which is used in electric vehicles or traction purpose or like that. But general and electric vehicles, we are not using the rectifiers because we are having only the batteries at the DC. So DC to DC converter we will use to control the induction, I mean DC motor. So only the thing is, in boost converter or buck converter we can replace the entire this circuit by boost converter or buck converter, but controller is the same one. Please subscribe our channel, and let me wait for more videos. Thank you.